Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is baked broccoli and beer cheese. Well, we're back with more cast iron holiday side dish goodness today, this time in the form of a dish we're calling baked broccoli and beer cheese. Now we're gonna start with quartered crowns of broccoli, roast them off in a wood-fired oven. Then we'll make up our beer cheese base, combine the two and top them with a Cajun crunch, then finish them back inside that wood-fired oven. So the first thing we gotta do is get a fire going. But today we're cooking on the Alfa One Wood-Fired Oven. It's a fairly compact wood-fired oven, but has fantastic insulation so it holds its heat really well. We're gonna start out by building our fire right in the center of the deck so we can heat up this stone. Then we'll move it off to the side to do our cooking. So we'll start with a couple of splits of hickory wood. Oak would be a great choice. I like to use something, a bit of a harder wood, not so much a fruit wood in this case. We're gonna put a half of a fire starter tab on each end of this, and then we're just gonna kind of log cabin this thing. We've split these down a little bit just to make them fit the smaller oven a little bit better. So we'll let that take off on its own, and it's gonna crumble down into coals, at which point we'll know we're ready to slide it off to the side. So it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes for this to completely turn into coals. At this point we're gonna scoot this off to the left side of the oven and make some room for us to do some cooking over here. It's already reading over 800 degrees, so it's pretty hot in there. Now we're gonna be cooking at what would be considered lower temperatures for a wood-fired oven today, more in like 500 to 600 degree range, so we're not gonna add a ton of wood. We want that coal base for the heat, and we will utilize a little bit of flame lipping over the top a little later. Now the first thing we're gonna be cooking in the oven today is our broccoli. We're gonna roast it off in a cast iron skillet, and we'll take the lid off at the end and get a little bit of that wood-fired char on the top. We're starting with we've got 3 crowns of broccoli. It's just under 2 pounds total. So we're just going to quarter these, kind of try and make it even without losing anything. Now you definitely could just dice this up and parboil it in water to get it soft and get the same results as far as the cooking goes, but it'd be a lot less fun and there wouldn't be any wood-fired oven action. Gonna hit our pan with a little bit of duck fat, and then we're just gonna nestle these in here for roasting. Just a little bit more duck fat on top, and then we'll cover it in a lid. So we're gonna slide this right in here on the opposite side of the fire there. We'll set a timer for 10 minutes and we'll check out. So 10 minutes in, we're gonna go ahead and take our lid off. You can see it's already roasting away. But we're gonna leave the lid off now. We can get some color on top. Then we go ahead and throw on another split of wood so we get a little bit of flame lipping over the top to put some color on that broccoli. So it's been another 10 minutes now. Our oven temperature is sitting a little above 400. We started just a little under 600, but in that 20 minutes time, we've seen the bottoms of these broccoli stems start to soften up, and that's what we're really looking for, as well as, of course, a little bit of that char from that wood fire. So at this point, we're ready to pull this off. So I'm just gonna unload our broccoli from the skillet now. We'll let it cool here on the cutting board for a little bit. So doesn't this seem like much more fun than just parboiling it? You get the same results, but with more flavor and texture. So the next thing that we're gonna do is prepare our beer cheese base, which is essentially very similar to making a cheese sauce. We're gonna start with a roux, although we are gonna cook some onions down before we make that roux. And we're gonna make a really thick cheese sauce. I mean, much thicker than what you'd imagine for like a dipping cheese sauce or something like that. We do have a couple more ingredients that we need to break down for that. Just gonna grate down an onion and some garlic. It's really simple. We're gonna keep this really easy, but we are gonna move on now to our beer cheese base. So I'm just gonna take my box grater and half of a yellow onion and grate this down. The reason I like to do this sometimes is it just creates a little finer texture. That onion can kind of melt into the sauce rather than adding a lot of extra texture. You are gonna get still little bits of onion in there, but this will really allow it to kind of melt in. Now, very similar thing with our garlic. Just gonna take one good-sized clove of garlic and break it down super fine. And since these are all broken down pretty fine, we can just go ahead and cook them together. So we'll head back to the oven here shortly. First, I'm just gonna go ahead and get our butter down in the skillet. We're gonna start with 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And we'll cook down our onions and garlic in the butter. Add our flour to make a roux, and the beer, the cream, and the cheese. So the butter's already melted just from the residual heat in the skillet. We'll go ahead and add the garlic and onion in. And we'll go ahead and throw this back into the Alfa to let the onion and garlic start to cook down. That's sizzling away. Starting to brown around the edges. Smells fantastic. We give this just a couple more minutes until that onion's fully softened up. All right, now we're getting somewhere. So at this point, we're ready to add our flour. We had 6 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna do 8 tablespoons of flour, or a half cup. It's gonna get all chunky here, but we're gonna hydrate all of this flour, and then as the flour starts to cook down, this is gonna start to look like wet sand, and we'll get kind of a toasted nuttiness as far as the aroma goes, and that's kind of our indicator that it's gonna be time to add our liquids. So that's the wet sand that we're looking for. At this point, we're ready to start adding our liquids, and we're going to start with our beer. Just using a light beer for this today. Now with the little bits of onion in here, you are gonna see some little lumps, and it's not because your flour is clumping up so much as you're just seeing the onion. So don't worry about that too much. I'm gonna work in all of this beer first. If you don't want to do beer in one of these, just use like a vegetable stock or a chicken stock. It'll work just as well. Or you can even go all milk. Today we're using half and half as well to get some creaminess. So in with our 1 cup of half and half. We need just a little bit more heat here, so we're gonna throw this back on. We'll let that warm up and then continue whisking. So this is warming up. You can see how nice and creamy that is now. At this point, we're gonna add a couple more seasonings. We've got a tablespoon of Worcestershire. We got a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Why can't I say it today? We got a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of our Dijon Classique mustard. Nice grainy Dijon. And then we're gonna hit this with a little trail dust AP seasoning. Just a teaspoon or 2. Gonna whisk this stuff in. Again, trying to keep it close to the heat, because the next thing we've got to do is add our cheese in and get that melted down. So we're bubbling hot now. We're gonna add our cheeses, and we've got 2 different cheeses we're using today. I mean, this is totally up to preference, whatever you like. We're gonna start with 4 ounces of Havarti. Havarti's just got a great creaminess to it, which is characteristic I'm looking for in this dish. So that 4 ounces will make up 1/3 of the total cheese. The rest we're gonna do sharp cheddar. Go ahead and add about 4 more ounces and make sure it gets all the way mixed in before we finish off. Also a fairly soft, sharp cheddar. Again, great for the melting. A last of the cheese. And now you're gonna start to see what we were talking about when I mentioned that this is gonna be much thicker than any cheese sauce. I mean, this is really a beer cheese base, not a sauce. I mean, it is a sauce, but it's so thick. And the reason for that is when we bake this with the broccoli in it, we don't want the cheese just running everywhere. We want this to kind of set up a little bit. Most of that is now melted. We'll throw it back in the oven just to make sure it's warmed all the way through. Oh yeah, so that's looking really nice. This is ready for our broccoli, so let's head back to the table. So now we're ready to bring together our beer cheese base with our broccoli and mix up that topping and finish it off in the oven. So we're just gonna take our broccoli and give it a rough chop into little bite-sized pieces. We're gonna take our cheese base and put it right over the top. And then just fold until it's all evenly distributed. It smells so good right now. It smells like that beer cheese dip that you get with like a pretzel on the side. And we made it like half a step healthier by putting some broccoli in it. Now there's a couple ways you can go about finishing this off. The easiest one is to put it back into the skillet, to put your crunchy crumble on top, and then just finish it back in the oven just like that. 10 minutes, you're done. What I'm gonna do today is just another step, just a little bit more work, but for presentation's sake, I think it's totally worth it. We're gonna load these into little ramekins, or in this case today, just half cup mason jars, and then everyone gets their own individual serving, and it just looks a lot nicer than taking a big old spoonful out of the skillet and slopping it on the plate. We're just gonna take a scoop. We don't wanna go all the way to the top, but most of the way, because these are going to be covered briefly before they're completely done. Now, depending on the day, I typically get 14 or 15 servings out of this recipe. You know, no crown of broccoli is the same, but we'll just kind of level off. We're getting 14 today. Gonna need to move these in and out of our wood-fired oven, so I'm gonna load them up into a little quarter sheet pan. Not that these couldn't go directly on the deck, they'd be all right, but it's a lot easier to move them once rather than 14 times. Now for our Cajun Crunch topping, we're gonna take 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs and add to it 1 tablespoon of Cattleman's Grill Cajun Fusion seasoning and 2 tablespoons of this chili infused oil. And then we just want to get these breadcrumbs coated in that oil to help them brown and crisp up on top of the broccoli and beer cheese. And each one of these is going to get its own little crumble on top. So as this beer cheese base warms back up with the broccoli in it, this is kind of going to melt down and settle into these cups, start bubbling around the edges. And we're going to keep this covered with foil during that entire time, just to help kind of, 1, escalate the process of bringing it back up to temp, and 2, because there's some high heat in there. So if we just leave these crumbs on top with open flame, they're going to be black on top. So just gonna go right back in where we've been cooking this whole time. We'll be back to check on them in 10, 15 minutes. Could take 20 minutes before we uncover them. We just need these to get to the point where they're bubbling and warmed all the way through. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna have a little peek here. Well, we're starting to get some bubbling down at the bottom, so that's a good sign. I think to keep this thing even, I'm gonna cover it back up and we'll give it a spin and let it keep going. I'm guessing it's gonna be another 10 minutes. Currently reading about 450, 475 on the internal or the ambient temperature of the oven in here. But it's been 20 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and take a peek and see how we're doing. We're looking at the sides to look for any sizzling going on. So looking for the bubbling around the sides to happen. If we're looking down the side of the glass, you can see that bubbling as well. Getting a little browning on the back already anyway, so let's go ahead and rotate this one more time. We're gonna leave this uncovered now to finish browning the tops. So just a few minutes here with that flame lipping over the top, and those are done. Beautiful browning on top. That's exactly what we're looking for. All right, let's get a bite. I love that Cajun crunch on top. It really makes this a little bit different. I mean, the creaminess of the beer cheese is fantastic. The crunch is a great counter to that. But everything's so tender. The broccoli still got texture to it. Man, this is like broccoli cheddar soup, but just really stick to your bones with a little added texture. Love it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.